Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. This week has been so crazy. It's just flown by. I wish I would have got this video out sooner because the MSI knockout stage, the semifinals and the finals are this weekend. It starts tomorrow. We have RNG against Evil Geniuses. So in this video today, I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions on both the semifinal series, what I think is going to go down, who I think is making it to the finals, what's going to go down there, my full knockout stage predictions for MSI. This has been fun to do, for the first stage of MSI, for the second stage, so we got to keep it going and getting everything out before, and then getting your guys' thoughts and opinions as well, so we can, see what everybody thinks before the games actually go down. But first, a word from today's sponsor, which is, of course, Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy. Prize Picks, the website and the app that you can get in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store today. You simply pick your favorite stars, choose their over-under, and then watch your players win. For League of Legends Esports, they do all different kinds of stuff. They do over-under how many kills you think a certain player is going to get, how many over-under how many assists you think a certain player is going to get. And I think I've even seen CS before too. So it's just really simple. Obviously, we're watching a ton of MSI already, so it's just an extra way to put someone on the line and potentially win some prizes, which is always makes it a little bit more exciting and a little bit more interesting. So if you want to go make some picks of your own over on Prize Picks, they're actually going to match your first deposit up to $100 for new users if you sign up using the first link in the description below, which is an awesome deal. So thank you so much to Prize Picks for supporting me, my channel, and my content. Hopefully you guys check them out. With that being said, let's get right into this. And this is what we're looking at today. The MSI knockout stage bracket. The semifinals are set. Royal Never Give Up against Evil Geniuses going down Friday morning, at least in the United States. I'm not sure about Europe. I'm not sure about Korea, China, wherever. I'm in the United States. I know this is happening at like 4 a.m. my time on Friday. Saturday, we have T1 against G2. I tweeted this out earlier in the week. I got some backlash, some people kind of fighting back with it, but I really think that this is the most interesting and the most exciting international rivalry in esports right now. So many storylines. It's going to be an absolute banger. It's going to be really fun. I can't wait to see, the hype and the trailers and everything leading up into it. And then obviously the grand finals taking place on Sunday, and then that's going to take us straight into the summer split. The LCS summer split starts, I believe, June 18th, so it's just a couple of weeks away. So let's get into these matchups. So first up, RNG against Evil Geniuses. This is David versus Goliath. This is EG, the North American team that wasn't even supposed to be here, and there was a chance they weren't even going to make top 4. Obviously, after Cloud9, failed to make top 4 at MSI last year, even though they had perks. They had, the best player in the West, one of the best mid laners in the history of League of Legends coming over, and they failed to do this. So now Evil Geniuses, we're going to try and make the semifinals with Jojo Pune and Danny, and a team that went 9-9 in the regular season, and needed tiebreakers to even get to 4th place in the regular season. Very easily could have been 6th. Was almost at risk of not even making the playoffs entirely, and then they go on this crazy run. And then RNG, obviously, not the best record in the regular season for the LPL either, but still, obviously, we're able to get through the playoffs, and since here at MSI, they have been very good. They have been dominant, just dropping a couple of games in the Rumble stage, obviously, with one of those being to T1, but neither of those games being to Evil Geniuses. RNG does have the head-to-head 2-0 over EG so far. And when I take a look at these two teams, obviously, the biggest thing is going to be the international experience difference. You look in the mid lane, the difference between Xiaohu and Jojo Pune is crazy, just in terms of competitive games played, competitive best of 5s played, international games played, international best of 5s. Xiaohu is a guy who's done it all. I really think mid lane has a chance to be a big difference. I don't think Jojo Pune is one to shy away from the moment, or to, for the brights to be too light, or for him to get scared or nervous or anything, but I think Xiaohu is going to be a guy that kind of rises to the occasion and really shows up and is always consistent in this whole thing. Also, I think AD Carry has a chance to be a kind of a big difference as well. I think Gala has been maybe the best player in the tournament so far in my mind. He has been very exciting and fun to watch. It's been frustrating every time I'm watching, EG or G2 play against him, because this guy is just always a threat. He's always getting fed. He's always popping off. He's always having big games. He's tough to kill. He's doing a ton of damage. I think Gala's having an amazing tournament. And obviously, Danny has those pop-off games every once in a while, but Danny and Vulcan haven't been the best in lane. As the meta has kind of shifted away from Jinx, Danny has struggled a little bit more. Overall, his MSI hasn't been that amazing. And outside of a couple Baron plays where him and EG have popped off, it's kind of hard for them to win, other than, funneling a bunch into Danny and then kind of popping off in the late game. He's always done an insane a percent of Evil Genius's damage. And I think that's going to be tough when you pigeonhole yourself into such a small win condition, so few ways to win. I don't really see many ways that Evil Geniuses will be able to pull off upsets against RNG. I like EG's roster. I love what they're building. I think going forward, they have such a bright future ahead of them with their core. But I'm also very, very concerned about all the inting that Vulcan has been doing when he's supposed to be one of the veterans. He's supposed to be one of the better players on this team. So give me RNG 3-0 over Evil Geniuses. I obviously am a huge LCS fan, huge North American fan, but if I'm being honest, I'm giving my opinion, I don't have too much faith in EG going into tomorrow. But then we take it down to T1 against G2. I am so excited about this, and I'm so happy it's on Saturday, because RNG against EG at 4 a.m. on Friday, that sucks, because I still got to go to work. So I can't, wake up at 4 a.m., watch League of Legends all day, and then go to work all day. I'm going to be dead. I'm going to fall asleep. I'm going to fall asleep driving or at work or something like that. But T1 against G2, I can wake up anytime on a Saturday, and I'm going to be watching all these games, and it's going to be so fun, so exciting. Caps has some insane record, like 9-4 against Faker all time. They beat T1 at the semifinals of MSI in 2019. They beat them in the semifinals of Worlds in 2019. G2 has had T1's number, and there's so many storylines going into this. Again, Caps against Faker, T1 and G2 both being a team with a couple veterans and a lot of young players, a lot of young talent. There's Gumayusi, talking all this trash. There's Faker saying he wants revenge. Just so many different things going on. And honestly, when I look at it on paper, I think T1 is a more talented team. I think Broken Blade is a really, really fun and awesome player, but he's not having the best MSI in the world, and I think Zeus is going to be a threat in the top lane. I think that's one of the biggest mismatches that T1 has going into this series. I think Caps and Yankos can go toe-to-toe with Owner and Faker, and I think they've shown that. Even though Owner has been a monster throughout this tournament, I'm really not too worried about G2 there, unless they have a weird draft. I think as long as G2 drafts like a strong mid-jung duo that can actually get things done together, which they have not done in all their games, then they should be okay. Honestly, I think Targamas should be pretty fine too. I hope to see Targamas on playmakers. I hope to not see him on like the Yumi and stuff like that. I really want to see, Rakan, Pike, things like that where Targamas can actually make plays and get out on the map. And Flockhead, good luck to him. Luckily for him, Gumayusi is kind of not having the best tournament in the world either, but I think Flockhead has been a little bit underwhelming so far at MSI as well. And I hope they don't pick Kalista anymore. I hope they give Flockhead some champions that can play safe, can get him through the early game, get him into the mid game, get him into some late game team fights where he actually has a chance to shine, because G2 has been absolutely insane in team fights. But I think T1 is probably a more talented team on paper, but I've talked about this in videos before. G2 seems to have the mental edge against them. Faker wants this revenge. He's talking about G2 like he doesn't talk about other teams. He knows this is a team that's beat him. He knows Caps has had his number. He knows he has a losing record against Caps in his career. And we even heard Gumayusi say that he's scared to play against G2. He knows this is their arch nemesis. He knows this is the games they have to win. And if he was scared and nervous in the Rumble stage, imagine how he's going to do in the best of fives. The Rumble stage games don't even matter. They knew T1 was going to make it to the knockout stage. There was nothing, like if you lose, who cares? Maybe your seed goes down one. Maybe you end up being the 3 seed instead of the 2 seed. It literally makes no difference at all. But now it's win or go home. This is in Korea. You have the home crowd. You have the expectations. You're going up against G2. Everything's on the line. I think the mental advantage and I think the experience and the looseness that G2 plays with and their kind of culture of the team could absolutely put them over the edge in this one. But this, I think, has a chance to be an all-time great best of 5. I'm taking G2 3-2 over T1. Getting on to the finals, RNG against G2 Esports. I think it's going to be an absolute banger, but we know how it goes when the European team runs into the LPL juggernaut at the end of the line. It has not been too good for EU, obviously, with Fnatic getting 3-0 in the finals, G2 getting 3-0 in the finals. When G2 won MSI, they took down the North American team in the finals. So, it doesn't really look like it's going to be too good. And still, I think this G2 team is talented, and when Caps goes claps mode and he plays like the best player in the world, G2 can absolutely win games. They can absolutely compete, but how often is that Caps going to show up? And is it fair to Caps that he has to go insane mode? He has to go, freaking 9-0 for G2 to have a chance to win against these top teams? Because, again, Broken Blade is good, and he's nice, but he's not going to be that consistent threat that's going to help you beat RNG, I don't think yet, at least at this point in his career. Maybe with more international experience. Flockhead, also not going to be that guy. Caps is going to have to 1v9, and he's absolutely capable of doing that. And Broken Blade and Flockhead, they're capable of enabling that. But I think RNG just has more ways to consistently win than G2 does. Like I said, I know Gala has been having an insane tournament, and I think that's going to be a huge bot diff between him and Flockhead. Ben is maybe a chance for them to expose a little bit, but then, like I said, Ben, he'll have some inty games. He'll run it down every once in a while. But Broken Blade not really having the best MSI in the world either. I'm going to take RNG 3-1 in the finals over G2. I have them taking down MSI once again. I do believe they are the defending MSI champions. This seems to be their tournament. They seem to have this number, and I think they're going to add one to the trophy case. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your predictions are. What do you think is going to happen in any of the knockout stage matchups? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.